Detailed summary. Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes is one of the most iconic and influential animated franchises in the history of entertainment, created as a series of animated shorts. It emerged during the golden age of American animation. Original designated took a company featured films in theaters. From the very beginning, it stood out for its comedy tone, eccentric character, and innovative visual style, setting the standard for future generations. The series was developed by Warner Bros. Initially as a way to promote the company music catalog. Over time, it evolved into something much bigger, a universe filled with charismatic character, actor, situation, and clever humor that appealed to audiences of all ages. Its light-hearted tone, dynamic storytelling, and music synchronized with the action became its trademarks, creating a unique identity within the animation world. Among its most iconic characters are Bugs Bunny, T. with the rabbit with famous character process and a mischievous attitude, Elmer Fogg, his external hunter and antagonist, Daffy Duck, known for his egotistical and chaotic personality, Porky Pig, with his signature stutter and King Nature, Tweety and Sylvester represented the eternal game of innocence versus cunning, while E. Coyote and Terror Runner, with their endless chase dynamic and many other worlds became cultural icons. The innovation of Looney Tunes lay in its ability to combine physical comedy with social satire, using animation not only for entertainment but also to parody aspects of cinema, politics, and everyday life. Each episodic format allows for great creative flexibility, giving rise to memorable gags, spectacular chases, and characters with well-defined personalities. Over time, the series expanded beyond theatrical shows, branching into television programs, special feature films, comic and video games, turning into a global brand. Its influence on popular culture, its immense phrase expression, and sound effects remain ingrained in collective memory. Even today, its characters continue to star in new production, preserving a spirit that blends nostalgia with modernity. In essence, Looney Tunes is not just a collection of funny cartoons. It is a cultural legacy that transforms animation setting, standard for humor, music, and visual storytelling. Its ability to adapt across eras, remain relevant, and continue as a reference point for entertainment segment is played as one of the most important pillars in animation history. Cultural importance of Looney Tunes for humanity. Looney Tunes is not just an anime series, it is a cultural phenomenon that has deeply influenced the way people understand humor, animation, and social commentary through art. Its significance lies in its ability to trans-generation, adapt to different historical contexts, and remain an essential reference point in global popular culture. For us, Looney Tunes marked a turning point in the evolution of animation, transforming animation into a powerful form of mass entertainment. Its characters were not just drawings, they were fully developed personality that represent human archetypes and universe situations, allowing audiences of all ages and culture to connect with them. Bugs Bunny, for example, became a symbol of cleverness and resilience in the face of adversity, while characters like Daffy Duck embody irony and egocentrism in a humorous way. One of the most important aspects of its cultural impact is its use of humor as a tool for social question and critique. Through satire, parody, and exaggeration, the series addresses themes ranging from social custom to political and cinema reference. This made Looney Tunes more than just children entertainment. It became a space for reflection disguised as comedy, capable of uniting diverse audiences through a common humor language. Its influence on music and language is also remarkable. Many phrases, vocal tones, and popular expressions that originate in the series became part of everyday speech and media culture. The musical synchronization of themes based on classical words and popular rhythms indirectly educate entire generation in artistic and musical appreciation. Another key factor is the ability to adapt over time. Despite technological, cultural, and social changes, Looney Tunes has remained relevant, reinventing its content without losing its original essence. This demonstrates that its value does not rely solely on nostalgia, but on a comedy and narrative structure that continues to be effective and appealing to new audiences. Finally, its impact on the entertainment industry is immeasurable. It inspired countless creators, shaping the concept of cartoon as an art form and established the foundation for future anime production. Even today, its characters serve as cultural ambassadors, recognized worldwide, appearing in film series, advertisements, and video games. In conclusion, Looney Tunes is not just an anime classic, it is a cultural pillar that influenced the way humor is created, shaping aesthetic education, and transforming global entertainment, leaving a lasting imprint on the collective imagination of humanity. The five most important and iconic questions about Looney Tunes. The anime series Looney Tunes have left an enduring mark of popular culture, and over time several questions have emerged that not only reflect curiosity but also reveal the complexity, symbolism, and cultural relevance of this franchise. These questions have become recurring topics among fans, animation, scholar, and cultural critics. 1. Why did Bugs Bunny become the most iconic Looney Tunes character? Bugs Bunny is not only the face of the series but also a universal icon of wit and cleverness. This question arises because Looney Tunes features a wide-range of memorable characters like Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, and the Roadrunner. However, Bugs transcended the screen thanks to his confident personality, his ability to resolve conflicts with humor, and his legendary catchphrase, "Wags dogs." This sparked discussion about how an anime character can embody human values such as resourcefulness, resilience, and defense against authority. 2. How the Looney Tunes manage to stay relevant to both children and adults. Unlike many cartoons aimed exclusively at children, Looney Tunes incorporated sophisticated humor filled with cultural reference, social satire, and parody of cinema and music. This dual approach allowed the series to function on multiple levels. Kids enjoyed the chase and slapstick comedy, while adults appreciated the clever notes and hidden critique. This question explored how an anime world can transcend its subsets a limit and become a multi-generational phenomenon. 3. Why is the cartoon violence in Looney Tunes still culturally accepted? One of the most debated aspects is the exaggerated use of violence as a comedy. The big explosion, ceramic glass, and impossible thrust. Unlike real violence, it is present absurdly and without permanent consequence, turning it into humor rather than trauma. This question is key to understanding the limits of comedy, the perception of fiction, and the evolution of censorship in animation. 4. What impact did Looney Tunes have on modern animation and popular culture? This question analyzes how this series influenced the creation of character, narrative style, and animation techniques that are now standard. Many modern productions, from films to memes, trash rock to the visual gags, fourth-wall breaks, and irony introduced by Looney Tunes. Furthermore, its characters remain cultural ambassadors, appearing in video games, commercial, and contemporary films. This question reflects its role as a pioneer and its cultural legacy. 5. Why do Looney Tunes characters represent universal human archetypes? Each character symbolizes a recognizable human trait. Bugs Bunny embodies intelligence and cleverness. Daffy Duck represents envy and egocentrism. Porky Pig, shyness and innocence. The Roadrunner, perseverance, and Will El Coyote, frustration in the face of failure. This explains why, despite the passage of time, they remain relevant. They are cartoonish mirror of our virtues and flaws. This question invites reflection on how animation can function as both cultural and psychological representation. Together, these five questions not only define the essence of Looney Tunes, but also highlight its profound impact on society, culture, and the art of animation.